Welcome. It's time to check the game notes once again. We're down here, game 4, the finals preview, Arm Dog. We're having a hell of a time down here. But first, I got to tell you about this episode sponsor. It's BodyArmor. BodyArmor Sports Drink. This summer, cool off with a BodyArmor Chill. A bold new way to hydrate with no artificial dyes, flavors, or sweeteners. Enjoy a new, refreshing, cooling sensation in 3 impossibly cold flavors. Frozen berry, frozen cherry, and of course, frozen orange.
Right.
Available for a limited time. Grab yours at 7-Eleven or a store near you. Arm Dog, we've been down near the 7-Eleven here in Fort Lauderdale because there's a nice little establishment about a block away.
Yeah, and we had some success using that establishment about a block away yesterday. Big day yesterday for us, Merles.
Big day.
I mean, we're buzzing. We were buzzing all over the place. We got Jans's truck. We were doing ads. We were doing meeting people. We were doing videos. We were getting content. We were giving away tickets for BodyArmor jerseys, Matthew Tkachuk jerseys. Congrats to the winners. That was electric. That was fun as hell to do. People down here are buzzing.
And we feel bad because we gave away the tickets and more people were still coming by. The one guy comes flying through with his car, holding this out the window, one hand on the wheel. I think his girlfriend was holding the wheel and he was just, Merles, we want the tickets, but sorry, they're already gone. But yeah, it's been incredible down here, all besides the game 3 that we'll get to a little bit. But yeah, great trip so far. So far,
so good. And I mean, it's different than Edmonton, right? Like it's a different vibe than Edmonton, no question. But when you're in Florida and you're on the beach, but I'm still amazed though at like the amount of like how the fans treat us. It's just so amazing down here. And that BodyArmor giveaway was awesome to do, but I felt so bad. Like guys, there was a guy that ran up to us in his scrubs from work. It's hot as hell out and he's like panting. He's got his BodyArmor bottle. He just wanted to get that giveaway so bad and a few other things. But the people down here have been amazing to us, just amazing. And everyone has a boat, it seems, that lives here, and it's just incredible lifestyle and living. And it's been a great experience here doing this again, second year in a row, third year in a row with these Florida Panthers. So pretty awesome to get the crew down here again and have one of these trips.
Well, just another idea by me, Merles, the idea guy. Get Chicklets. We got to be at the finals, and it started with the Vegas, Florida one. I went to every game, and now we come on every trip. So just another idea that Biz will probably steal from me. But let's check in with the rest of the crew and see what G's saying so far about Florida.
The idea guy.
I've had enough of Merles' ideas because Merles gets a couple beers in him and he wants to change up the whole Chicklets trip. A couple beers in him, wants to change the whole trip. I'm working the phones all morning. Hey, let's look at hotels here in Boston. Let's do a stream there. I got cameraman coming here. And then it's like, nah, I don't really want to go anymore.
It's brainstorming. It's just throwing it all out there. Like in school, that's what you do. You brainstorm.
That's what idea guys do. That's why you're the idea guy.
I'm an idea guy too. I like this. Merles is an idea guy, but at the end of the day, he's a Merles guy. Like he throws out these ideas and then he just settles on his idea. He doesn't want the other ideas.
Got to manipulate. You got to,
It sounds like regardless of like whatever we tell him we're doing, it's like, I think he's staying here. He's going to be at the elbow room the next like 3-4 days.
And I think what we found is Merles has several alter egos as well on this trip. I mean, it's been an issue. Last night we go to a nice dinner, which has been the great part of these Chicklets trips as well. I love the dinners, the team dinners. They have been the restaurants, the camaraderie, the orders, the food, the hanging out. I love doing that. And I'm glad we've done it the last few nights. Just been unbelievable. Merle's full planned outfit, though, for Florida. Miami Merles, we call him. Miami Merles. This guy, he comes in a full linen jumpsuit. I don't even know if we have a picture of that. Unfortunately, I don't think we were.
Miami Merles doesn't allow pics.
Maybe I'll fire it up. Maybe I'll fire it up again tonight for the game.
I'm just gonna say Miami Merles is a complete scumbag. Usually Merles is the greatest guy, nice guy. He wears one Miami outfit and he just turns into a real shady character. I won't get into details of what he did, but just instant shady behavior from Merles.
I become a Florida Panther down here. I'm just scummy. I little extra shots here, stirring the pot, getting other guys rattled, getting them off their game, and it worked easily on you the other night.
Yeah, and
he's so rattled.
Also, I caught a picture of him in the pool.
Yes.
He was wearing the Miami Merles. He was also Matvey Merleslov. right there. And like, are you kidding me with this straight across? And Chris Powers from Empty Netters, we ran into him yesterday. He was talking about this picture. It's making its rounds around Fort Lauderdale. Everyone's talking about it. Empty Netters. He shows up and he's like, Merles, you have to come out of the water, head tilted back so the hair goes back, or at least give a hair flip.
Give us a hair flip.
You got great hair.
I was just going for a soak, I was just trying to relax by the pool.
Look at this one.
And you come attack me. Beached whale in there. Just
he says,
walrus.
Chris Powers goes, I'm just taking these pictures. I can't believe the straight across Russian hairline. But Chris goes, you can't come up by the water. Everyone knows this. You can't come up like a hippo, just straight up like, you have to do the hair thing, bud. You can't do that. But me and Merles
in here. I thought I was with friends, but you turned into a panther down here too.
Yeah.
And just stirring the pot. But
I got a little pink hue to my skin. Got a little sun the other day, a little SPF 30 that we found a way to snake from the pool. You're in a good place and at a great hotel, which we are, unbelievable, like a resort. When you go down there and they just have a jumbo jug in a beautiful presented case, SPF 30, like you just go get it anytime you want.
Like at a hamburger place where like the ketchup it's just there. It's like the station, the sauce station. They even have the aloe for guys like Biz that get too red. You can go down and get the aloe.
Yeah, the Biz burn was a big topic of conversation around Lauderdale also. So I'm having a blast making the rounds and meeting all the people. And that's one of the highlights of always doing these kinds of trips is, yes, we're going and doing stuff. Yes, we're working. And sometimes we're all in different directions, but the people we run into, the hockey fans, the Chiclet fans, the Game Notes fans, like these people are just amazing. Like you can literally just sit down and have a beer with them. It's so easy. Everyone's amazing. Shout out to the chat on here today. We love you guys always showing up here today on this Game 4 preview show, Merles.
Yeah, I love it. The one guy from Edmonton yesterday, he's got the tank top. That's a Miami.
He's from Houston.
Is that where he's from?
He called it a Houston hockey jersey because he says so hot down there. These are the jerseys we have to wear.
Yeah, that was sick.
It was a perfect Oilers tank top jersey.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
But let's get to some news. Let's rip some the news. Then we'll do Game 3, and then we'll preview Game 4. Your old city, Atlanta, talking about maybe they got the team ready.
I know they said there was a vote the other day. This tweet went out right here. NHL to Atlanta. Look at that great Thrashers logo. And I mean, I don't know what's going to happen with this. I think we did an ad a little while ago talking about which teams we would invest in. And it was great because I said Atlanta, of course. There's always seems to be buzz. Like they've lost 2 teams, the Flames, then the Thrashers to Winnipeg. And now here we go again. And this seems to be like a better place. I know they've got the baseball field outside of downtown area now. And that seems to be a big hit where they put it. And this is where they're talking about doing hockey rinks. I know there's a couple groups that are interested in Atlanta, and I don't know which one this is exactly, and I don't know if it's going to go, but pretty interesting. And I was getting a lot of text message actually last night from friends of mine from Atlanta, Merles, that were fired up. Like, oh my God, this might happen again. We might get hockey back because people miss hockey in Atlanta that were hockey fans. And does it have a chance to succeed if it's in a better area or a better place or a better ownership that can market it and deliver to the fan base and, get people involved that aren't hockey fans and all that? I think that can be done there. There's a ton of people there. It is kind of a different sports town per se, much like here. It's a lot of people aren't from like Atlanta. They go to there to work. So very transient, but I think it could work there. I think it could work if it's in the right spot and you have the right ownership. I don't know if that's the group that wants to do it, but I heard there's another group with lots of buzz about they're kind of working in the shadows, and it's and their setup is supposed to be sick too, where they're going to put it in Atlanta. I'll just leave it at that. But interesting news in Atlanta. We might have hockey back in Georgia again. In the NHL anyway. Yeah,
that would be really cool. And another former team of yours and myself and Biz and Whit, basically everybody from Chicklets except Yance, Pittsburgh Penguins ownership getting explored. Maybe Mario's coming back in.
Yeah, what'd they say? Mario, Burkle, Pierre LeBrun put this out there the other day that there's been interest and they're poking around with Burkle, Lemieux, which was the group. I think he mentioned, David Morehouse investing, possibly buying back the Penguins from Fenway Sports Group. I'm in Pittsburgh. Fenway just bought like a few years ago. Like, I don't know what will happen. I've heard rumors that Fenway has floated some sales or some interest to sell parts of the Penguins at times, even in the short time that they've owned it. But I find that highly interesting that like the same guys that ran the team and owned the team, Merles, are trying to get back in the picture with the report from Pierre LeBrun, or the report or the tweet. I don't know how you do it in media terms, but what do you call that? So off the top of your head, is that a report or is that a tweet? Like, how do I be a like Johnny media guy?
It'd be a report.
A report. So from the report from Pierre LeBrun. Interesting. Yesterday that just dropped. I mean, that had us all kind of buzzing, talking about it a bit. So stay tuned for that. If anything progresses with that, it'll be super interesting to have those familiar faces. And I know, Pittsburgh, it's a small town, it's a small city. They had success with those guys. Mario's a god there. Like fans would be like excited of the possibility that Mario's like in the picture like that again, and that kind of news. So really interesting news in the NHL and with the Penguins.
I think I know you guys can't say too much, or Army, you can't, but I think this would be an absolute 10 out of 10 home run for Pittsburgh Penguin fans if Mario Lemieux came back in the mix.
Yeah.
Like 10 out of 10. Home run would be an understatement.
Yeah.
And I don't want to rip on Fenway Sports Group, but I just think it would be a home run.
Well, Fenway, they're Boston, and but at the same time, what Mario means. I do anyways to Pittsburgh. He still lives there. I see him at a few things here and there. And when you say that a home run, I mean, it's Mario. Like the people will go bonkers. We were there when he saved the Penguins from going to where? Kansas City, I believe we were rumored.
We were either Kansas City or Hamilton.
Yeah.
But when I see that tweet, the first thing I think of is 5 years from now, Sidney Crosby's part of that ownership group with Mario. Mario sells.
Oh, how that lines
that just like seems so like the reason. Like that's if Mario has it, he'll share. He'll give some shares to Sidney, and then Sidney's the owner.
Well, Sid should be a guy that's in there. Like he should be. That does make perfect sense. Like to me, regardless if it's Fenway or if it's Mario getting back in there. Like I mean, it's Sid. Like if he plays out this contract, is in Pittsburgh and has interest to do that, like there's no reason in my mind why that's not like a thing anyways. But it makes it even more intriguing when it's his old roommate and Mario and like what they've done here and what they've been here. I saw Yager was there the other day too.
I just caught Yager. It's funny you bring him up. I just caught some breaking news on Jaromir Yager. He's in the city. He's in town. He is in Fort Lauderdale, and Chris Powers, empty netters, our guy, thinks only one thing is he's banging the drum tonight. So that's a good little scoop there.
See, I was pissed. I think they had a basketball player bang the drum last game 3. I think it should just be Jans. Like Jans had a hot streak. Jans just brought that vibes. He had the Biz Idiot shirt up there, and Jans is like so connected. Like the cool thing about us being able to be here and be at Casa Jans is getting to see him day to day and how he whips around here and like kind of knows everybody. It's like crazy. And his connections and like pulling into the rink for game 3. And like, he knows all the people that work there. Like it was so cool to see that. So a big fixture there, but maybe we see Yogs.
Yeah. What was the stat? There's some stat if a Marlins player or like Dolphins player banged
some
the
guy
drum,
said that to us last night
or something crazy. Somebody in the chat probably can find
if there's a Dolphins player that bangs the drum tonight, Panthers aren't winning. Apparently, if a Dolphins player bangs the drum for the Panthers, there's a record of it. It's like they're 0-6 or something, 0-7. It's pretty high. It might be 0-9, but maybe someone in the chat can look that up.
I'm looking at the chat right now. Can we get Pasha on the dump on the Rangers? So this is the next news up. Chris Kreider, the Rangers to Anaheim. It's a done deal. What are your thoughts, Pasha, as the Rangers hater?
I saw Elliot said end of an era in New York with this one too for him and Trouba and of course others. But
my thoughts are, I just want to know, does Drury have some sort of incriminating evidence against Verbeek? Like, what is he doing to get Verbeek to take on these deals, the Trubas, the Kreiders, and also getting stuff back? Like, in my opinion, Drury should be giving up picks for them to take on the full salary, but Anaheim keeps eating these full salaries and sending, picks and prospects back. So, I mean, I like the move for the Rangers. You open up cap space for whatever big moves they're trying to make. I just don't get why Anaheim's giving them all these freebies.
I wonder how it does work out with the cap and eating that money and what it does for them. And they do have a lot of entry level. Do they have a lot of entry level contracts on a lot of their young guys
the
mixed
Rangers?
With old guys? The Ducks.
Yeah, it's a ton. I mean, they paid like a guy like Killorn, but they don't have a ton of money. But they still have to sign Carlson, Jackson Lacombe, Mason McTavish. Like they still have a lot of money they got to spend internally.
Yeah. And so you can spend money. Like you go from one contract, could be a bad contract, eventually won't be anything for them. You know what I mean? Like how it works out with their cap structure and the young guys they have. So interesting storyline though, Pasha, with Verbeek though. I think I find that highly interesting. Yes, how it's working out.
Hood and find out what's
yeah,
really
you got to get under the hood, bud.
Yeah.
Speaking of under the hood, I sent a tweet out. Like this is crazy. Before we get to the other news, we're driving on the bus to Game 3. We're all talking about the game. We're all like breaking it down. People watching, people listening. This donkey is on a. He's on a.
You want me to roll it?
I don't even know what you were on, but yeah, roll the clip.
We're on a party bus. We got Whit and Nick
that's bad.
yelling at each other.
Now it's so great. It's so itchy.
Not even trying to zoom in on it. What the hell is that? It looked like I don't even know if he's zooming in to see number.
Looking at Art's Forsky, shot his hands. I don't know what
you gotta stay informed if you want to be going under the hood. You always got to check the temperature gauges and the fuel and the oil and all that.
Yeah, well, this is the reason why I love you too on our show, because you bring that element. I love that about you, but I also hate that about you at the same time. You do have some good information every once in a while and a cool insight, but that's what you get when you're looking at dots on a chart. I mean, it's just
speaking of hate. Pasha Friedman ran into Elliott at the bar the other night, and they almost threw down right then and there. They almost dropped.
Did he have
the
things to say?
Is there something in the Miami air where everyone's just spreading falsehoods? No.
Pasha took one look at it and said, "I'm coming for you, bitch."
I'm surprised you weren't sitting with like the Pierre LeBruns and Chris Johnsons at dinner last night because you're the insider. Instead, you were over at our table.
That is
he's our insider.
Yes.
I thought that was a meeting of insiders. You should have been invited over there.
Merles, Pasha Friedman doesn't fuck around. Like, I mean, when he's looking at graphs and he's getting inside info, he's going under the hood. No one does it better. Yeah, I don't care who you are.
More propaganda from G. Elliott's the man. I love Elliott.
All right. Next two up
are
D-men. Makar wins the Norris. Second time, of course. He's unbelievable. But I want to talk more about Hutson. Our guy Hutson getting the Calder, 66 points to lead all rookies. Friend of the show.
Yeah.
So, I want to hear you pump up some Hutson stuff some more.
Yeah, Lane Hutson. And I mean, I think I saw a clip of you guys interviewing Celebrini, asking about Hutson going into last season and like what he's like. And the way he talked about him is like, I've never played with a guy like that. I've never seen a player like this. And you always think you're not going to fall for the head fakes, but you always fall for the head fakes. And what a season he had, setting like rookie point streak records in Montreal, nonetheless, and breaking Chris Chelios's point streak. Like, I mean, the historic significance of what he did this year as a rookie on the back end, the production he had, undersized, where everyone's like, oh, he's not going to do it. He can't be this guy. And he was. I'm so curious to see now, after him winning the Calder and going up against some pretty damn good rookie class as well and leading them in points from as a defenseman. What a season. I'm so curious to see though where he's going to go from here. Like obviously get better, obviously more production, obviously find ways maybe to score a little bit more. He's quite an amazing playmaker, amazing vision, Merles, amazing, obviously like squirrel like twitchiness, the way he moves. But I like from here on out, like what's he going to be? What could he be like? Yeah. What's his ceiling? Like where is he going to max out? Like what's his point production going to look like as we look at a Cale Makar and now we go to this guy and I'm like, Jesus, like pretty remarkable. And he's a hockey, I'd say nerd in the nicest way. Like he loves the game. He loves getting better. Talk to anyone around him. Like he's just straight focused on hockey, just a hockey family. So yeah, we had him on the show. That's amazing that we got hhim and he got the Calder.
Game notes bump from him. I think Wolf was actually second in the voting. And then I think Celebrini third, maybe.
Yeah.
Mishkov fourth. So that was probably a little surprising. Celebrini ends up all the way down at third because he was the favorite for most of the season.
Well, he missed a bunch of games. Hey, like he was hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Missed a bunch of games, but yeah, he's going to be an absolute weapon.
I'd love to hear your guys' take on the videos that the NHL is doing. Like, it's not the NHL. Yeah, the surprise videos. They did it for Makar. He's on the golf course with his buddies. Hutson with all of his brothers. The Spencer Carberry video as well. I mean, just so much better than the typical NHL award show where everyone kind of knows who it's going to through backdoor conversations before. But getting those viral videos in today's day and age is just so much more important.
Yeah, authentic reaction from the guys, truly surprised. We saw that with the Monahan video as well. That was really touching. I haven't seen the Kopitar one yet, as that just came out that he won the Lady Bing again. Maybe we can pop that up. There he is, Kopi, 37-year-old legend, winning the Lady Bing. I think that's for the third time, Merles. Is that his third?
Third Lady Bing.
Third Lady
Game
Bing.
note says.
Yep, they got him on the game notes on the thing there. But I do like the way they're doing that. I think it's cool to see their families, how much it means to everyone in the family to celebrate him. And, you know, that's the support groups that everyone are in those pictures or those videos or those surprises. And I think to see that for the fan, it's like getting to watch, you know, those HBO or whatever, Amazon inside, and we get to see what they do daily. So those are like little pop-in insights to that. I think that's a really cool way to do it. I like that. Then going up in a tuxedo and, you know, having 10 seconds on stage to thank people. Like that was really cool to see that.
Yeah. And making the guys travel somewhere during the season, especially if like they were in the playoffs and they just got done. They want to be able to go away, go over to Europe or something and worry about coming down to some city for an hour or something. So I love that. Enough of the news and notes. Let's talk about the game we had to sit through the other night where Florida just pounded Edmonton quickly. Before we get to the preview, we got a special guest supposed to join us for the preview, an Edmonton Oilers ambassador. So 6-1 it ended up. I got my Rodriguez anytime goal scorer from the Merles Minute that me and Memes filmed on the beach. So that was nice right at the end of the game. Right away it was over.
56
Bob
seconds
made the easy
in.
save. Marchand scores. It was over. We all knew it right then.
Yeah, and that was the game also, and we've seen it a few times through these playoffs, speaking of Marchand, but that line. Luosterainen, Lundell, Marchand, and, you know, a lot of people, and I saw the boys on Chicklets talking about Witt not wanting to make it about penalties, and there's no excuses, but Kaner just in and out of the box like mad. Just there was a lot of penalties called, don't get me wrong, but like, you know, that's going to happen in Florida Panther style hockey and in this style. And I guess the finals, maybe you don't want to see it, but I get it. But they have to be better about not taking penalties and staying on the box. There's no question. But that third line, just like, you can balance it out. Now there's questions like Barkov, are you getting enough points? Is he doing this enough? Like, what's going on? But these other guys are picking it up. So like the matchup thing is becoming a thing now. You know, it's really rearing its head, I guess you could say, for in favor of the Florida Panthers and their depth.
And their biggest thing is the second PP unit.
Yeah.
They're the best unit out there. They get it into the bumper, the no look pass on the one. So I think they were responsible for 2 of the power play goals. Again, Rodriguez was his, and Verhaeghe, right? He's on the second PP. So both of those were from the second PP, which you don't see that too often. The Oilers aren't getting 2 goals a game from their second PP. That's for sure. But what else from that game? The antics at the end, I thought it was a little too much. Like they really like lost their cool. I think Witt said he liked it, that they were trying to get a pound of flesh with the loss. I
mean,
but I don't like it in this situation. Like that's what Florida likes. Like if it was the other way around, then it's like, yeah, Florida, that's you. They're just coming out of character, trying to be like the Panthers.
Who did Greer? Greer attacked when during that fight.
Ekholm.
He attacked Ekholm like it was like a pit bull, like just going absolutely psycho when you can't get it off. And he was just trying to just kill him. And then Wallman had, you know, Tkachuk was all wrapped up, and Wallman was just suckering him like a lot of craziness.
And then Wallman had the water bottle. He's trying to spray
bottle.
their bench. That's just a junior hockey move right there. Like they lost their cools completely.
I think Wallman got fined for the water bottle one, because like that's a fine. They usually will get you on that. But I think Bush like banging on the glass, like, hey, knock it off, like being a dad down there. I think that like helped to elevate the $5,000 fine for skirting the water bottle, Merles. But the sucker
and then
punch
he got 5 for something else. He $10,000 night. Tough
it
night
was
at
the sucker
table.
when he was in a Tkachuk was in a straight jacket. He started punching him in the face. It was unbelievable. So the fight was good too. It got a little crazy. Obviously, score gets up like that, teeing up game 4. The Florida Panthers, you know, right from puck drop had their way with them though. Yeah. They absolutely had their way with them. And it was just, as it started going, it was just a runaway. But that's why that third line, man, that third line is so big, and they were huge last game on the power play, special teams where they're slotted, but also 5-on-5, just the way they line up and match up. Unbelievable setup for them. with that depth and having that, and Marchand again, Bennett again with that hit, and then it just absolute weapons through their entire lineup. So we're gonna have to see if Edmonton can weather that storm here, kind of maybe get a chip on their shoulder here tonight, game 4, and try to get this thing going back tied up to Edmonton. But yeah, that game, it was all Panthers. The place was rocking. They were loving it. Whit was sitting right in front of us. And the video, like, I think we had some videos that will come out on the vlog if we didn't post them and everything. But the fans, as soon as they would score a goal, they would turn around.
Before it's even in before it even hit the twine, they were turned around.
They wouldn't even celebrate with each other. They wouldn't hug. The first reaction, they jump up in a one motion, turn around the Whit, double middle fingers, chanting in his face. Like, it was crazy. Some guy was holding up a picture of memes on their phone. It was just for no reason. He had memes, like a picture of memes' face, and he would just hold it like this. It was incredible atmosphere where we were. And just nuts. We ran into a couple guys at the elbow room yesterday too that had videos of us in our suite too, hanging out. He's like, I'm just right by you guys. I'm right there. So chaos where we are.
And speaking of that suite, we got to thank the Gretzky boys and the Gretzky family for letting us in their suite.
Ty and Trevor, yeah.
And, giving us a couple cocktails.
Oh, yeah. They had us going in there pretty good. Yeah. We met some great people. I there's people in there all over the place that are friends with the Gretzky. So it's pretty cool. Like, a guy that plays tennis from Australia I met, that's like one of their buddies. It's just an awesome guy. I sat with him for the second period, but just an incredible atmosphere to be here and feel this when they played that well in that barn, boys. Like, that was buzzing.
Huge shout out to BodyArmor too. They got us in the door for game 3, and they're getting us in the door for game 4 as well. 8 tickets for the boys.
Oh,
yeah. Wow.
Nice. Boys are locked and loaded.
All right.
BodyArmor. Hell yeah, man. They're dominating down here.
BodyArmor
absolutely dominating down here with game notes and chicklets, no question. And the fans are reaping benefits too. Giveaway tickets too, and jerseys signed Matthew Tkachuk. I mean, it was chaos yesterday out here on this A1A where we were operating and working and dealing with people. So can't wait to see it again tonight, Mer.
Speaking of yesterday, we were grinding. Not only did we do the BodyArmor, but we did the skills army, the skills.
Yeah.
Tell the people what the skills.
Well, you can hold up some of these packages here while I talk, Merles, and I do this. Shout out to Skills, SKLZ. Check it out. Big news in the Spit and Chicklets world. We just launched our co-branded hockey training aids with Skills, the leading sports skill training brand. And we use these. We set them up. We're shooting at them. They're so easy and portable. I like these ones. Where's the ones you got right there? Those portable targets right there.
We were sniping on them.
They're durable. They're super easy to hook up on your net. You can take them anywhere you want. Like, you can blast those things. They stay hooked on. Absolutely unbelievable little thing. Now you can go to Dick's Sporting Goods and see Spit and Chicklets on the shelves, which is super cool. All the targets, the shooter tutor, the goalie thing right there. We just released training aids for players of all ages. We have universal shooting targets, hockey shooting trainer, and the foam shooting targets, like the old school all-star skills competition. You shoot at those things, poof, they blow out the back. It looks unbelievable. I love it. This is like perfect. I'm a dad. You got to have these on your nets. No question. Kids out there, you want to hone your shooting, get it all dialed in, get on the driveway or on the ice. These products will help your offensive game in a big way. The universal shooting target builds a visual focus to improve shooting accuracy, like we mentioned. The hockey shooting trainer features 5 target areas and helps build vision and muscle memory needed to increase scoring percentages. No question. You know, when you shoot it under the glove, just over the pad, I talked to Sid once. He calls that the money spot. Ooh, that's the money spot. It goes inside. That's how you get your money up. That's how you get your goals up. Use these shooting aids to help you with that. And the foam shooting targets that we talked about, quick hook and loop attachments for multiple shot locations. You can set it up wherever you want. Go get the brand new Skills Spit and Chicklets collab hockey training aids, now available online and in stores at Dick's Sporting Goods, dicksportinggoods.com too.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I got these sent to me too, and I've been using them because I'm getting ready for Chicklets Cup. There's another Chicklets Cup. I know it was announced on Spit and Chicklets, but gee, why don't you give us the exact dates?
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. We're going to Boston, September 25th through September 27th. We can't give the exact location away, but I can tell you it's unbelievable. It's a iconic spot in Boston that lots of people will know. Lots of people are very familiar with, but it's awesome. It's going to be, I mean, we got Biz versus Yans. We got the Stranglers versus the Big Deal Selects playing for pink slips. We got the greatest bar, the best bar in the entire country. So it's going to be awesome. I'm very excited.
Yans actually showed me the Stranglers roster last night.
You got a sneak peek?
Yeah, I got a sneak peek at it. He swore me to secrecy, though. So,
I'll tell you what, I played against some of those kids growing up. Very good hockey players.
It's
very good hockey.
It's going to be interesting.
I know, but when you get in there at Chicklets Cup, I mean, it is.
No, they play that style though.
They do.
They that and some.
I mean, it's more than you think. And
I know.
Like I know you're like, I play ball hockey, like not there, not like that. Like that's another level. That's another game. It's a smaller rink.
These
kids
are from Charlestown. They're like they're dialed. I'm telling you.
They have like screws in the butt end of their stick to like butt end you and stuff. That's what Yans. He's greasy like that. You'd love that.
That's the Stranglers, baby. But yeah, September 25th through the 27th. Get your teams together. Start booking your hotels because it's gonna go quickly.
Yeah, I got vacation days. Vacation days.
Yeah, and every time it's been great. People travel in all over for these things, and so to be in Boston and make it a great vacation, as you mentioned, kind of thing. Like you get lots to do and see there. So good spot to do it. I can't believe this is the first time
Boston. Yeah.
That it's in, that's wild. Yeah. Actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And someone's got to come for our roller crown. I mean, we just won the roller A division.
I'm a roller D champ.
Roller D champs. We're all reigning champs sitting here right now as we oh, you're not Colby.
No, I waxed him.
Sorry.
He waxed me in the final. I couldn't score.
Merle, someone has to come for our crown.
Yeah. Yeah,
I got to put a team together.
I got to think about putting a team together. Maybe Game Notes will have a team and come after.
I got a goalie, Oldie. I'm talking to you, Oldie. If we got roller hockey, we need you. I know you're a beer league legend, but gotta go. Busy. We need a goalie.
Yeah, Pasha make the cut for the roller team. He's got good hands. I don't know if he can rollerblade or
not. I don't know because he can't handle any rattling that I've been given.
Yeah, you guys there's some drama here.
I mean, what if a guy like gets in his head at the game in the championship, he takes a bad penalty?
I would want to be in the lineup just to drop the gloves with you, Merles.
Oh, all right. Another pro tip.
Yeah.
If you're taking that vacation day on Friday, pro tip. Make sure you take the Monday off too. You want that extra day after these Chicklets Cups. I know I always need it. And we're going to move on.
Libby in the chat says, do they need cheerleaders at Chicklets Cup?
Okay.
I guess she's wondering. I my team could definitely use cheerleaders every year. I think we need
more
all
support.
The help
you can get.
I mean, we need more support. I got to talk to my GM Jeff Weiss, who's always there every year. We might need cheerleaders. Libby, you're always there. Game Note supporter, one of the captains of the chat. Hell yeah.
We're going to move it on. We're not going to go to the preview yet. We're still waiting for our ambassador to get here, but we're going to do the show mindsies now to keep this thing rolling.
I talked over it again. I fell for it again. I never know what Pasha's going to remember. Of course, he remembers to drop the hammer on that.
I mean, it's only the second to last episode of the season, and we still haven't got it. We'll try again next year.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I got to give a shout out, first of all, and I think all you guys would agree with this show. Down here in Fort Lauderdale, one, it's been awesome coming down here. Snaps, couple snaps, multiple snaps for Keith and Kristen Yandel and their daughters, letting us come in and out of the house. Obviously, guests here. Jans let us borrow his truck the other day. He's setting us up with dinner reservations. He knows every restaurant. It's like he knows everybody. But the hospitality, the treatment, the care, the looseness with their house and their place, and to be here and to have this ability to set up. I'm throwing the Yandel family and Keith to the show. The experience has been 10 times. They've 10 times our experience by having him and his experience of living down here and being here, but also opening and being so gracious to host us and open their door to the chaos that is the Chicklets world. So I thank him for that. We've loved it. Food, drinks. I mean, we have a hell of a cleanup here in his pool boy house, whatever you call this thing, the game room. But it's been an unbelievable setup, and I'm thankful to them. So Jans, I almost took your 1,000 games golf cart for a cruise the other day. Thankfully, I didn't. It says 1,000 games right on the front of it. Would have been hilarious driving that around. But thank you for the hospitality to you and your wife and family.
Yeah, we had, I think, 15 different people in and out the door the other day.
Oh,
it was
wild.
just an absolute
random, like
circuit.
Jake Marsh showed up out of nowhere. Like he just came. He's like, "Is Liam McHugh here?" He was on Chicklets. He's like,
it was insane, insane. Pasha, you're up next.
I'm gonna go with the little antics that the Oilers and Knobloch have been running. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but yesterday,
We were there for it.
We could have broke this because we were there filming our street hockey stuff for Skills, and we almost went in the building. We would have been the ones breaking it, not even realizing, because I didn't even know that they said that practice was canceled.
Yeah, so Oilers said they're not doing a practice, so no media shows up, and then all of a sudden, all the Oilers are on the ice and kind of get away from the media pressure. I love all the little mental warfare, little mental tricks, things to get an edge, and so.
Is that mental warfare?
No, mental warfare is not the right word, but little tricks like that just to get an edge.
Sneak attacks.
The king is sneak attacks right here. That's why. That's why.
So I had a little birdie tell me last night, part of the reason they did it is that the Oilers are coming out with a completely different systems tonight. Your
systems or different lines?
They were doing everything. Systems, lines. There's going to be a whole new.
They had the live barn feed.
I don't know. That's what a little birdie told me.
I don't know if I like
little
it.
birdie told me. Maybe it's a new forecheck. Maybe it's a new breakout. I'm not sure, but there's some big adjustments being made.
So they wanted to do it in secrecy. Yes. They didn't want anyone in there, anyone talking about it. They didn't want buzz in the media asking questions. Why are you doing this on the forecheck? That's different. Maybe like some line combinations. I don't know, because it seems like there might be some kind of switch arounds, but I don't know, mental warfare. Like, if anything, that just pisses.
No, that was the wrong word.
It just pisses the media off because they're like down here trying to do their job, and then they get sneak attacked by not knowing there's a practice.
Oh, God forbid the media can't go sit at the elbow room for a couple hours on their off days. Fort Lauderdale.
As long as they told them the night before, the boys could remember. Maybe that's why we saw everybody at the elbow. The media.
Oh, yeah.
They knew. They got the day off. Yeah. True. Just don't screw them and let them like wake up and think there was practice. Tell them the night before.
That happens a lot during the regular season, I must say, as a guy that covers like the Penguins or other teams. You show up to morning skate and like two guys skate. You know, on another team. Like, no one does morning skates much anymore. But like I show up expecting, I like the morning skate thing. And like no one does morning skates anymore. So I'm always just there with my coffee, like all ready to go. Got the game notes, of course. And I'm just dialed and like nobody's there. And it's just like, why did I come here? I could have slept in. Fuck. Dork media guy I am. Get with it.
Gee, you're up.
I'm going to call water slides to the show. Our hotel has a water slide. Actually has two. And me, Merles, and Josh ripped it the other day, and I was giggling like I was a little kid. I haven't had that much fun in years. It was the time of my life. So water slides, you get the chance to go down a water slide. You see it, you debate it. Am I too old to go down the water slide? You do it. You do it every time. And then you get in the water and you go up the stairs and you do it again.
Yeah. Are you too old? Maybe, but it makes you feel like you're a kid.
It's unbelievable.
It's the best. Yeah. And I didn't know there's water slides there because me and Merles, when he was doing the hippo thing with the Merlinov, Matvey Merlesov, I didn't know there was a lower pool with the water slides there until we went to dinner the other night and we were coming in that backside and I'm like a whole other dimension and pool. It's like another world down there.
I think we ripped the water slides after this. You said beach.
Good for you.
Said beach, but I'm hitting the water slide.
Good for you.
All right, we'll quickly do my show before we go to the preview because our ambassador's walking through the door. Mine's the Stan Mikita hockey camp. I talked about this last year. My nephew goes to it out in Chicago. It's for the deaf and hearing impaired kids. So they do a lot of stuff where it lets the kids play. I thought there was a graphic we were going to put up there. But I'm going to call them up to the show, give them a little love. There's a website you can go on. You can buy raffle tickets to help support those kids. But it's been going on for 50, 60 years, this camp. So really cool stuff. My nephew Trent is out there ripping it up, sniping top cheese because he's got these skills tutor things. But enough of me, enough of that, enough of the show. We got him here. The Edmonton Oilers ambassador, Ryan Whitney.
Yes, sir.
Just in time to preview Game 4. What's up, Whit?
Let's go Oilers. Let's go Oilers. Let's go Oilers. We're ready, boys.
Fired up.
We're ready, boys. We're ready, boys.
Game day.
I'll tell you right now.
Game day win.
On Tuesday, I wasn't feeling great. I was just like, what the hell just happened? What was that effort? What was that display? I didn't mind the madness at the end. What else are you going to do? But as time has gone on, and yesterday came and went, and then I woke up this morning, we're winning this hockey game.
Wow.
We're winning this hockey game. I go back to Stuart Skinner. Game 4, Stuart Skinner.
Yes.
Did you guys mention this?
No,
we were waiting for you, buddy.
Game 4, Stuart Skinner. Look at me. 6-0. Which camera?
That one.
6-0. 955 save percentage in game 4s. We're winning this game. The lines have been jumbled. Stetcher comes in. I like that move.
Yeah, okay.
I said that move, and I think one of you clowns, or maybe Biz, is like, I don't know.
I like Stetcher
too. Leafs lost. I think Stetcher really calms down Nurse. That was easily his best partner throughout the year. Klingberg, phenomenal playoff so far, and we could see him come back in. But right now, we need stability in our own zone. I think Klingberg gets the puck out of our zone a little bit better, but Stetcher competes a little bit more.
Stetcher plays like a Florida kind of style.
Yeah,
he's
small.
Reckless,
he's small.
fast.
Like he could never play for Florida. You have to be a monster on D to play for Florida. Like Maurice likes these big guys, but I really believe Stetcher's going to bring some energy, a little more snarl, and all of a sudden that kind of maybe calms down Darnell, who has not been full Darnell all playoff.
Yeah.
He's been good, but then I see Brown up with Nugent Hopkins and McDavid. Get the Erie Otters back together.
He's got to be like playoff Brown, and he's got to be like Hyman, like almost with the way he plays.
Exactly, which he can be. I think
he can do that.
He can be.
He's like a knockoff Hyman. Yeah.
Now, Nuge, if it's a wrist, if it's a hand, if it's a finger, that's a kick in the dick. He skates so well, though, that at least his legs will be there. Handling the puck, maybe he isn't himself. That sucks. But I just feel different. I feel like basically talking to Stoff helped me, too. You guys know Stoff.
Stoff breaks
You
it down.
guys know Stoff. I mean, we go back to the video of him walking on the plane going to Vegas. That was the end of that series. Yeah. He said, Whit, this was never, ever going to be easy. We never, ever, ever should have thought, or you should have never, ever, ever thought this was going to be easy. And there weren't going to be times where it looked like we were down and out and it looked like it was over. This is the Florida Panthers. This is the champions, the Stanley Cup champs. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. And we got to win a road game. Realistically, we just have to win one road game. Yep. I just don't want it to have to be, get game 5 at home and then forced to get game 6, right? We want to get this one.
2-2.
And then, buddy, we win tonight. Then just hold serve. We get the home ice back, and all of a sudden you can just home serve at home.
Well, the Leafs had him in the same spot, right? The Leafs couldn't finish him. They've got to win tonight.
Yeah, I mean, they do. They don't have to, but it feels like, God, like you won 3 games in a row against them last year, like to do it again. Now, on the bright side, like Florida, as dominant as they are, their one struggle, and that's in quotations, is closing series out, right? You've seen it become the game 6 at home against Toronto, right? So tonight's just an enormous game. It's the biggest game that these guys have had this year. That's quite obvious. I can't say it's the biggest game of their career because of game 7 last year, but I just am very excited because I think the madness, it showed no quit. It showed that, all right, we got our asses kicked tonight, but let's at least try to take a pound of flesh. And then let's be ready to go. And I don't think you'll see any of the nonsense tonight. It should start with Kane. I don't want to see Kane flying around the zone before the anthem when he's not even starting.
Like Knobloch might have to just start him so he has to stand on the blue line, like something like that. But
I know.
I just wanted to ask the other lineup change to get the people informed. Is Skinner is in for Arvidsson. What do you think of that one?
I like that as well. I mean, he's got a goal and an assist, I think, in 2 games this playoff. So a guy who's as desperate as anyone after never having made it before this season, he gets into game 1 against LA. Boom, he's out. And then he came back in, I believe, against Dallas game 5. I don't remember the exact game. He scored a goal in that game, though. And now he's back in. So that's skill. Obviously, like the goal scoring right now. I read a tweet this morning that I think it's 5 Cup final games in Florida now. They have 2 5-on-5 goals. So that's just not good enough. And Skinner is somebody who can add some offense 5-on-5. You got to assume that he's playing with Leon, I would think, based on kind of skill in that lineup.
Well, I was thinking like they would go, and we talked about this at dinner a bit last night on our end of the table, I was hearing something about maybe 11-7 with the Stetcher possibility and Klingberg being on ice a little bit there. And then you get an opportunity to play the 2-headed monster and find more ways to insert those guys.
But it's not 11-7, or do we know Klingberg may be in as well?
It says Klingberg, I think, is out now. So yeah,
I hate 11-7.
Yeah, I know that's
12-6.
Detested.
Hate it. But so yeah, go ahead, Mar. Sorry.
No, they did juggle the lines. You mentioned that line, but Corey Perry got moved down to the 4th line. So that was, I thought that was interesting, but this also could be all fake news too, like with their practice yesterday.
Yeah, what do you think of that?
Who knows what these lines really will look like
the
tonight.
practice, no practice, practice.
Whenever you see the only people in the world upset about something being media members, I don't mind it. And I have a lot of friends in media, but like the amount of whining and crying because they're trying to get no eyes around them before the biggest game of the year, like just enough, guys. Right?
What are they working on?
They obviously are switching something in their game plan and in their maybe formation and attack.
We just talked about this. Yeah, I had a little birdie tell me that last
There's
night.
a reason that they pulled a fast one on everyone, but guys, settle down. Like, oh, you had to go like sit around and have a couple beers at the elbow room instead of being at the rink.
Merles said the same thing.
Yeah, me and Merles are on the same page quite often.
Same page.
Yep. You know, we're both idea guys. But Whit, how we really like to preview our games here is with Tickle the Twine, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. We shoot it around the horn. We pick a guy that's going to score and maybe a little reason why. You know, last game, G hit Marshawn. Who else hit? Memes hit somebody.
You hit
Memes
Rodriguez.
Barry, and I hit Rodriguez.
What a
for
hit.
that and that. Speaking of memes, what the hell's going on out there?
What's Memes doing?
I walked in and he was sitting at the table. Like, was he out till 5 a.m? I go, what's up, Memes? He's like, nothing.
Yeah. So why don't we? Who wants to start it? Who wants to start Tickle the Twine tonight?
We have a video of me. How are you guys seeing this?
It's up there. Like, I don't know. I saw Memes. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He
what's
ran
going on
by.
around
He's
here.
golfing up there on Yates' putting green.
I mean, Memesy, Jesus Christ, we got to get you in the Barstool Beach House somehow, but I don't know if you playing mini golf during our show is going to get it done.
Where he went. What an absolute weapon.
How much of a rat is Pasha, by the way, boys?
By the way,
we've been
he's
on
a
him all
rat.
day.
I haven't seen Memes' legs.
Look at this.
Oh, here we go. What's this? These fans to you at the game.
These people are scum.
We were talking about this before you came. Like, they don't even hug each other when they score. They just turn around and yell at you.
You know what, though? I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say to these guys because as of right now, like, they own me, right? They took us down last year, and then now they're in my face. This building. So I don't know if I've told you guys, but I will not be sitting where I've sat for the. I've been in this building for 4 Stanley Cup final games. I haven't seen 3. I haven't seen a win.
I was saying that earlier. Oh God.
See, that's what you'd expect at the Barstool Beach House, right? Maybe punch Nicky Smokes in the head too. It'd be beautiful. Look at those legs, dude. Look at
I
that.
haven't seen his legs since weve been here.
I've never seen his legs since I met him.
Yeah, he wears jeans.
He wears
and
jeans and cowboy
boots on
boots. I
still?
haven't even seen his ankles.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, Yan's this might be the straw that gets us kicked out of this house. You know, Yan has a daughter, 14 and 11-year-old daughter. They see that in the backyard. They're puking.
You might get kicked out of this neighborhood if somebody
This is
sees them. The
horrible.
cops will be here. To
Oh my
Memes
God,
drained his
Memes.
butt?
Oh my God.
He did. He drained it.
Yeah,
He drained the
Look
butt.
at that. Look at this.
Oh, God. Come on, my mom's watching this show. Jesus.
I'm gonna pass
Hopefully
out.
the Oilers are seeing this. Just loosen them up before the game.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ, Memes.
Memes, go get your 1990s track pants back
What?
on.
You guys could see me during that? Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This guy's something else. Look at him up
Where
there.
were we? What were we talking
We're trying to
about?
get
Tickle
the
the
Tickle the
Twine.
Twine. So who do you got, Arm Dog?
I got Lusterain, and look, I thought the big difference, Marchand scoring early. That line, though, was just just difference maker last game for them. But I think because they are a difference maker, that one of them will get on the board. We haven't heard too much about him. He did bump the puck up for that breakaway goal. Like, he's had some moments to the psychopath Bennett. But he's a guy that's involved. That line's involved, so I'm going to go with him. Plus 550 for a Lusterainen twine tickler.
Wow.
550. Wait, I'm going to let you keep thinking about it, and I'm going to shoot it over to G. See if you can go 2 days in a row here, 2 games in a row.
I think it's easy. I'm sticking with Marchand. I think he's been the best player so far. I think he's at, what is he, plus 280 right now?
I see plus 240.
Plus 240. I'm hammering that. I like Brad Marchand.
I like it. Over to you, Pasha.
You already know who I'm going to go with. But actually, last game was the first game I didn't pick him. And of course, he scores. Sammy Reinhart, I think now that he's hot, he's going to keep laying it up. Plus 195 for Rhino.
Personally, he needed that, Like,
He
off
did.
that injury and, like, just trying to find
Pick
it
a Panther,
again.
Murray. I'm walking out of here.
Oh no, of course not. Wit. I got my buddy Cody Pucks, one of the ice people. You probably met him at IceCon
Many times.
He's all over me this morning. Get it out there, my golden goose. He's going. I got a golden goose. It's Golden Goose's Bouchard shots. He's been averaging 8 shots a game.
He had
in the
5
final.
shots in like 6 minutes after
So he had
game
9
3.
shots last game. So I'm going to take him to score a goal tonight, plus 450.
Wow, love that.
Get on the power play and just fucking.
Yeah,
rip one.
they need him to do that. They need that. Like, I'm not picking. I pick my picks because of the 550.
Big odds guy. You like the
550.
numbers. You like the big
Yeah,
numbers.
yeah, I
Well, I
know
mean,
what
you had
you're saying.
Miko last game plus 1,600.
Yeah, I mean that's the dumbest pick ever. But I don't think he touched the puck.
Well, earlier in the playoffs, he looked like Bobby Orr.
He did. Who do you got? This is big win.
So I've called him playoff Connor Brown for a while now, the past 2 seasons.
This is a great call.
And he's up there with McDavid. And if
Yes.
you remember, game 5 last year, the must win in Florida after they got game 4 in Edmonton, it was Connor Brown who had a shorthanded goal earlier. Was it Hyman?
I feel like they both did backhand moves.
Yes,
And
yes.
you guys got to remember that too. Like that's how they beat Bob a few times last year in breakaways with the backhand.
And also, like going back to that, so I got Connor Brown. I don't know.
Connor Brown plus 650.
That's unreal.
I mean, do they know he's on McDavid's line?
They
yet with
might
those
not
odds?
know yet.
Get that bet in now, guys.
Yep, lock that one in.
McDavid's going, and if you remember the game 5, one of the assists of the playoffs last year was McDavid last year to Perry in game 5. So now McDavid's got Brown on his wing. He goes to the net. He plays his dick off. As one of you just said, he's got to be Hyman. He's got to step in for Hyman and step up to that role of going to the net, being a prick, and being unbelievable on the forecheck. He's fast enough to do it. So I got Connor Brown. Also, yes, the Marchand goal showed Florida with the amazing start. I think it was a minute in, maybe
56
seconds in. Prior to that, off the opening draw, the Oilers got it in the zone. Bouchard had an incredible snapshot, just the perfect height to get over Bob's pad with a big screen, and Bob made an unreal save. It was about 20 seconds in. You know, coulda, shoulda, woulda. Had that goes in, it's a different start. But that was a big save by Bob. And then right after Marchand scored, he had another one where we looked at each other. He gloved it like it was going
Like
10 miles an hour, and there was
Yeah.
no screen. I was like, oh no.
He's dialed.
So the Bob dialed thing definitely scares me, but the 2 days off really excites me. The Oilers needed that. The Panthers would have played the next night if you gave them the option.
Oh, yeah.
The Oilers, boom, take the 2 days, relax. Let's forget about that disaster. What do you got, Mer?
All right, we're going to be at the game. We're going to be rooting for those goal scorers. But if you're in LA or Dallas and want somewhere to go to the game
this
and
is incredible.
feel like you're in the game, you go to this COSM.
I've seen this
COSM
place.
catch all the action, Stanley Cup Finals. It's this big, huge screen. It's like that Sphere in Vegas. You sit there. Look at this. You're in the game. Unbelievable. Locations in Dallas, Los Angeles, fans that enjoy immersive
gambling
sports
there?
viewing. In Texas, I don't think Texas has sports gambling. I'm not sure about California.
Look at that.
Transporting rinkside or courtside in the dome, catch all the games all in once. Count us in. The dome is awesome. There are no multi-viewing experiences like the hall in either market. COSM is hooking up Stoolies and Game Notes fans and Chicklets fans with 15% off Stanley Cup Finals. Head to COSM.com and use code Barstool at checkout. That's COSM.com. That's COSM.com.
Man.
COSM.
Amazing, fully immersive experience. It's so cool how they can turn the whole thing look like you were in Edmonton there. The logo in the roof and everything, but that screen to wrap around you and feel like you're actually on the ice. There's got to be nothing like that for a viewing experience to go there with your buddies. You're sitting on the couch, just enjoying that, taking it all in, right in the action. Great idea. Go check it out with that 15% off. Awesome setup.
Yeah, so that's awesome for that if you can't get to the game. I cannot wait to get to this game, but I think, Whit, I want to go down maybe we try and sit in the real stands. I know it's
I'm
going
out
to
of the
be
box.
tough for you.
You are
I don't-
official?
Yeah.
I'm done.
All right, I'm in with you
And
then.
I'm also G probably already set up our shuttle to pick us up where we went prior to game 3. We're not going there either.
Okay.
I'm not
New place.
I
We're
like
changing
that.
it up.
I like
I'm changing
this, Whit.
everything up.
I'm down with
I'm
that.
not going to where we went, taking the shuttle there. We're still taking the same shuttle, but it'll be from a different bar for a pregame, and then I'll be sitting in different seats. I'm done in that box. That
The
box.
Gretzky brothers box.
And thank you so much. I mean, I think it's Wayne and Dustin Johnson's
great
box.
video.
Look at this fucking guy. Look at that guy.
Look at this.
Look at that. I mean,
Wit
at some
face.
point, they're all yelling at me. They're all waving goodbye to me. And this building's been a house of horrors for me. I've been at game 1 last year, game 2 last year, game 3 this year. They're 0-3. I've been in that box for all 3. I won't be there anymore. I will be down in the midst of the fans. I mean, what am I supposed to say to them? Right now, I got nothing. I got
just
nothing.
Hanging out, minding your business, waiting for
But
the
I got
biggest
some
game.
things in store if we can get a W tonight. I got a Miami Vice outfit outfit on right now.
Do I got to go Miami Merles again tonight?
What?
Miami
You need
Merles?
Miami Merles?
I saw Miami Merles last night. I'm going to need that again tonight. And I'm going to be right in the midst. I'm going to be in the midst of the fire. I'm hoping, really, really hoping I get some Oilers fans around me somewhere in like the
that'd be
section.
fun, yes.
Because
Couple high fives
it's going to
with
be
them on some
torture.
goals.
And I mean,
Well, I've been pretty steadfast right when that game ended that I thought the Oilers would bounce back.
and so did Dickhead Pasha, which I actually
and I'm I'm kind of like, okay, as good as they are, missing Hyman, okay, all this stuff, yeah, okay, you know, the Skinner bad game. I think he comes back and bounces back. Like, this is just a gut feeling I have as a hockey fan, analyzing in my brain, watching. I'm like, I think the Oilers come out the day off extra, all this stuff put together that I'm like, I think we see their best tonight.
And if
I
you
think
piss
they
off
bounce
Spec,
back.
if you piss off Spec, you're doing something right.
Is he just fired up?
He was furious. I think he was furious.
So, Army, is that an official pick? Florida? Are you on or on Edmonton? I'm sorry.
I would pick
plus
if
130.
If I could pick, if I was going to pick, and I've done this since the game ended, I've sat on it the last, couple days too, and thought about it, and I'm still thinking that the Oilers get it done tonight and tie it up. I just don't think they're going to fold up. As good as Florida is, I think this team, the Oilers, have shown us through these playoffs, like, they're a team that has this extra level of battle back. Like, they just have, and that's why they're here again. And so I think they get everyone's best. I think Skinner bounces back. I think we see McDavid at his best. I think Leon is at their best. I think once that game gets out of reach last game too, it's just a runaway. They're like, okay, fuck, regroup. We've got to have game 4. This is just a different team, a veteran team. They know how to bounce back, and they've proved it through these playoffs. So that's why after all that, I come back again today here on game day morning next to the Oilers ambassador, but I'm like, I'm still riding that horse. That's the Oilers will tie this up here tonight.
That was also, we didn't talk about, so Wallman got the $5,000 fine for squirting the water at the bench, whatever. Then he got the $5,000 fine for punching Kachuk as his hands were kind of tied up.
He was in a straitjacket.
Which fine. Like, you want to fine him, that's no problem. Greer's actions against Ekholm, how was that not a $5,000 fine?
That's way worse than the
clips,
water bottle.
the clips when like a
pit bull is like
a jaguar, or like one of those like fast ones. The jaguars are the fastest, right? Like when they're chasing like a wildebeest that's like injured,
like a baby wildebeest.
Yeah, it was like, I'm like, this guy's, he's attacking him. He's running away from him. That should have been a $5,000
It was
fine.
a quadruple attack.
And then I saw Greer screaming at Perry after Bennett buried the breakaway goal as he skated by the bench. Credit to him. He came back in, and like that's a difference. That's a fourth line lunatic that fits in with this system with Florida. But yeah, I got the Oilers side, and Memes also. Let's shout out Memes for a second, and his dumper putting on the putting green. He said to me before the game, "Wait, I think it's going to be a blowout tonight for the Panthers, but then I think the Oilers are going to win Game 4. Then they're going to go back and they're going to win Game 5 in overtime, and then the Panthers are going to win Game 6 in a real close one at home, and then we know Game 7. You never know." So he's 1 for 1 on the picks.
Actually is pretty.
He's one, and it kind of makes sense. Like the Oilers win tonight, then they win at home, then they lose, and it goes to 7 as we all believe. So his dumper and that putting stroke has been bang on.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And if it sets up Merles, if it does go Memesy's way with his prediction and his crystal ball and his dumper, we get a Game 7 game notes tee-up show that day next week, which
and we'll all be in Edmonton.
It'll set up perfectly for that episode and another preview for the biggest and last game of the season.
All right. And I'm on the draw plus 310. I'm on these Bouchard shots over 3.5 plus 105. I will be rooting for Edmonton to win it in overtime, but that's going to wrap up our show. We got too much stuff to do. We want to thank the chat. We got to thank our sponsors.
Thanks, chat.
BodyArmor, the Skills, COSM. New chicklets will be coming next week, Monday or Tuesday, depending on the game schedule and the series. Check out all our socials, game notes, buds, all that good stuff. And like you said,
like my 4-year-old.
Next week, Friday, if there's a Game 7, you will see you there.
See you. Not one.
Go on.